Our today's topic is transport and communication. Now, what is transport? What is communication? Let's understand them one by one. First concept is transportation. Meaning of transportation: the movement of goods and persons from place to place and the various means by which such movement is accomplished is known as transportation. Transportation can also be said as something used to carry passengers or goods. Transport or transportation is the intentional movement of humans, animals, and goods from one location to another. Modes of transport include air, land, that is, rail and road, water, cable, pipelines, and space. The field can be divided into infrastructure, vehicles, and operations. Transport enables human trade, which is essential for the development of civilizations. Transport infrastructure consists of both fixed installations including roads, railways, airways, waterways, canals, and pipelines, and terminals such as airports, railway stations, bus stations, warehouses, trucking terminals, refueling depots, and seaports. Terminals may be used both for the interchange of passengers and cargo for the maintenance. Means of transport are any of the different kinds of facilities that are transport facilities used to carry people or cargo. They may include vehicles, riding animals, and pack animals. Vehicles may include wagons, automobiles, bicycles, buses, trains, trucks, helicopters, watercraft, spacecraft, and aircraft. Now, this was all about transportation, meaning of transportation. Now, factors to be considered for transportation. Whenever we go outside, there we need to consider certain factors to choose a mode of transport. So, while traveling or transporting goods, we have to consider many things. If there are many ways and means of transport available, then we can think about those alternatives. There are nowadays railways, roadways, waterways, and airways and pipelines by which transportation can be done. Following are some of the factors should be kept in the mind while selecting the routes and means of transport. They are as follows. First is cost of transport. Cost of transport. When selecting the best and most suitable transport for exportation of products, the budget is the most important consideration. Costs vary based on the type and amount of goods needed to be transported. It is important to keep in mind that the cost of transport influences the cost of goods. If heavy or bulky products are being transported over a long distance, then rail transport is the most economical. Land transport, typically by trucks, is best suited for small amount of goods being transported over short distances, as it also saves packing and handling cost. The cheapest mode of transport is water transport, although the slowest too, but most suited for heavy or bulky goods that need to be transported over long distances where time is not an important factor. Air transport is the best option for transportation of perishable, fragile, and valuable goods, even though it is the most expensive. It is important for importers and exporters to consider the overall cost of transportation, keeping the hidden costs such as insurance premiums and finance charges in mind. Second is reliability and regularity of service. The reliability and regularity parameters of different transport modes differ from each other. The urgency and speed by which the goods are to be delivered influences the decision as to which mode of transport to use. All modes of transport, land, ocean, and air, are affected by bad weather such as heavy rains, snow, fog, and storms, which may cause delay. Third is safety. Another crucial factor influencing the selection of a mode of transport is the safety and security of goods in transit. Land transport is more preferred to railway transport because the losses are less. From the safety point of view, sea transport is the most risky as water transport exposes the goods to the perils of sea and the long duration of travel adds to the risk factors. Certain types of packaging also helps in safeguarding the goods in transit and are highly recommended, but they do influence costs as well. Some goods also require special facilities such as refrigeration or special security measures that need to be taken into consideration when selecting a mode of transport. Fourth is characteristics of good. When selecting the mode of transport, the size and weight of goods play a crucial role. Land and air transport primarily cater to the fragile and small shipments. Rail and sea transport are a more suitable option for heavy shipments. How dangerous, fragile, or high value the products are also influences the selection of the transport mode. For breakable and fragile, high value products, air and land transport are the best option. Fifth is budget. Transportation costs are add-on cost on the sale price of a product. The transport cost add to how much the goods can be sold for to make a profit. Hence, budget constraints need to be considered accordingly. The volume or weight of the goods play a key role in determining which method of transport is the best value. All the type of good in terms of urgency of delivery, such as how perishable the goods are and how quickly they need to arrive, influences the choice of mode of transport. Typically, water transport is the most cost effective and is mostly suitable when there is no hurry and the goods are bulky or heavy and need to be carried a long distance. Rail transport is relatively inexpensive for these types of goods. The advantage of road transport in terms of cost is that there are savings to be made on the cost of handling and packaging. Air transport, but is one of the most expensive modes but has the benefit of being fast, so is best suited for perishable and fragile goods. Sixth is time scale. Air transport is the best option for long distances requiring urgent and speedy transport to meet deadlines or because the goods are perishable or fragile. Motor transport is faster than rail transport for shorter distance deliveries. However, for longer haul journeys, rail is faster and more economical. Water transport is often not suitable where time is a factor. Last is flexibility. The most flexible mode of transport is motor or road transport as it is not constrained by factors such as flight times, shipping routes, or pre scheduled timetables. Motor transport can operate day and night at personal convenience to suit all time frames and has the added advantage of door to door delivery. Other factors need to be considered for transportation are as follows. Which can be considered for transportation are as follows: distance, duration, cost, time, products, climate, market, physiography, routes, and means. If we consider all these factors, then our time and money is saved during the journey or transport. Traveling becomes comfortable. Transport is done without any damage to the goods. The selling price to be paid by customers is not decided by the cost of production only. It is decided by the transport cost and the production cost as well. The transport of freight should be done rapidly and safely. The price of the good can be kept low if the transportation is affordable. Transportation is a basic infrastructure. Development of transportation infrastructure is an indicator of the development of the country or that region. The reforms in transport sector enhance the dynamicity of freight and passengers in a region. Also, industries and markets develop. Economic growth gets a boost. Per capita income, that is PCI, and gross domestic product, that is GDP, increase too. The next concept is green corridor. Now there are two main and important, very important concepts in transportation. They are green corridor and ro-ro transport. Let's study them one by one. First is green corridor. What is green corridor? It happens that sometimes a dead person has donated his organs. In such cases, such organs need to be transported from the donor's location to the receiver's urgently. For this organ transfer, all types of routes are cleared of all obstacles. This is called green corridor. Consequently, rapid transports of the organs can save the receiver's life. Green corridor is a term used in reference to transportation in multiple ways, including first, a route for ambulances transporting organs. A green corridor is a special route that's cleared of traffic to allow an ambulance to transport organs from the hospital where they are harvested to the hospital where they can be transplanted or they will be transplanted. The goal is to get the organs to their destination as quickly as possible. A narrow strip of land that connects green spaces. A green corridor can also refer to a narrow strip of land that connects green spaces in a city. These corridors are designed to be safe and pleasant for pedestrians, cyclists, and scooter users. They can also help reduce vehicle congestion and promote non polluting transportation. A lane for zero carbon shipping. A green corridor can also refer to a lane for zero carbon shipping. These green corridors are safe and pleasant routes so pedestrians can walk and enjoy nature in an urban environment. They also offer cyclists and scooter users suitable spaces to ride without any issues. These green areas promote the use of non polluting means of transport and contribute to reducing vehicle congestion. Now, the second important concept is RoRo transport. RoRo means roll on, roll off transport. Transportation can be done from one station to another station using railways. Freight transport is carried out on a large scale on national highways. The freight transport by trucks is costlier than railways. As a solution or via media, the RoRo transport system has started being used in India. In this system, the trucks loaded with goods are transported to desired stations through a goods train. From there, the trucks take the goods ahead to desired locations. As railways are used for part of the distance, cost of transport is reduced. Thus, cost of fuel and pollution caused by trucks can be reduced. The use of RoRo services started in Konkan Railway for the first time in India. A roll-on roll-off unit, abbreviated as RoRo unit, is a wheeled freight carrying equipment such as lorry, trailer, or semi-trailer, which can be driven or towed onto a ship or a vessel. Roll-on or roll-off RoRo ships are cargo ships designed to carry wheeled cargo such as cars, motorcycles, trucks, semi-trailer trucks, buses, trailers, and railroad cars that are driven on and off the ship on their own wheels or using a platform vehicle such as a self-propelled modular transporter. Importance of transportation. The transportation in India is crucial as it helps to connect various parts of the country. It ensures that people are able to travel for the purposes of jobs, education, etc. Transportation makes people's access to medical facilities easier. It ensures that goods are able to reach the right place within the stipulated time. Apart from these, transport action has other importance too. Transportation is a vital part of the country's development and its importance can be seen in many ways. First is economic growth. Transportation is a key factor in economic growth and a country's transport system is the foundation of its economy. It helps to expand trade, spread people out, and make it easier to move raw materials, fuel, and equipment to production sites. Job opportunities. Transportation creates jobs in many areas, including vehicle production, traffic safety control, and vehicle management. Quality of life. Good transportation in rural areas can improve the quality of life by making it easier to access health and medical facilities. Tourism. Transportation is essential for tourism, which is a major part of recreational transport. Business. Transportation is important for commerce, allowing people to conduct business in person or move specialists to where they are needed. Military. Transportation systems are used to move troops during war. Other importance of transportation are extending trade and network, rapid industrialization, availability of employment opportunities, regional connectivity, utility of the site, overcoming scarcity, decreasing regional imbalance, tourism development. All that we studied till here was transportation. Now we are moving ahead to communication. So, what is communication? The act of sharing or exchanging information, ideas, or feelings. The methods that are used for traveling to and from a place or for sending messages between places is known as communication. Communication is the sending and receiving of information and can be done on one or between groups of people and can be face to face or through communication devices. Communication requires the sender, the person who initiates communication, to transfer their thoughts or decode a message or encode a message. Like transportation, communication is also a basic infrastructure. Communication or exchange of information is an important process in today's era. Means of communication. In today's modern age, man made satellites are an important and effective means of communication. The exchange of information through mobiles, watching programs on TV, getting updated information regarding climatic conditions, etc., is possible simultaneously through man made satellites. Satellite images obtained by remote sensing facilitate study of resources on Earth's surface and help in regional planning. In this age of internet and social media, everyone needs to use this system. The government of India is incentivizing the use of online trading payments, money transfer, etc. Many apps or applications which can be used on mobile phones have been developed. For example, Bheem UPI app, SBI Anywhere, etc. Through these communicational facilities, we can pay various bills, sell, buy, and carry out such transactions. There are many ways to communicate using the means of communication. Now, what are the ways through which we can talk through the means of communication? First is verbal communication, using language to convey information either spoken or in sign language. Written communication, writing letters, papers, or announcements. Gestural communication, using specific gestures to convey messages, meaning such as showing your thumb to indicate OK. Media, including print, radio, television, and the internet. Social and collaborative computing, including email, forums, bulletin boards, wikis, and blogs. Symbols, visual representation of an event, activity, object, person, or location. Digital technologies have created new means to communicate and distribute information. Now, what is importance of communication? Communication is important for many reasons, including building relationships. Communication is the foundation of all relationships. Solving problems. Communication is essential for finding solutions to problems. Inspiring others. Effective communication can inspire others to take action. Career success. Communication skills are essential for success in the workplace. Mitigating conflict. Communication is one of the most important skills for managing conflict. Building trust. Communication is a key to building trust and relationship with others. Clarity. Clarity is one of the most important aspects of any effective communication strategy. Innovation. Communication is a vital component for innovation. Improved productivity. Effective communication is critical to workplace productivity. Strong management. Communication is one of the most important parts of business management. Now, there are some ways for effective communication which are as follows. We should be clear and concise, be an active listener, be respectful, be mindful of your body language, and avoid making assumptions. Last is threats associated with means of communication. Communication facilities have now developed on a large scale. This is not just limited to talking on telephones or sending messages, but also video calling is available now. Similarly, through video conferencing, we can talk to many people at a time. Besides the above facilities, means of communication have a few threats associated with them. Many crimes are happening through internet like website or email hacking, fraud, theft, attack, wars and terrorism, etc. Possibilities of threats like theft of information, economic frauds, attacking important websites, etc. arise. Therefore, one should take precautions while using social networks. We should not really reveal our information before ensuring safety. We should not put any sensitive information or personal information on social networking sites, blogs, etc. These attacks are happening in between various countries. This will give you an idea of the cyber wars happening in the world of the internet. Some threats associated with communication include malware, DDoS attacks, MITM attacks, injection attacks, insider threats, social engineering, supply chain attacks, cloud securities. Now, malware, a type of malicious software that can damage or destroy communication systems and can include viruses, worms, and Trojan horses. DDoS attacks, a common and serious attack that can threaten modern communication networks. MITM attacks. An attacker can include themselves in a two-party transaction, interrupt communication channels, and steal data. Unsecured public Wi-Fi and malware are common sources of these attacks. Injection attacks. Malicious code or data is injected into an API request. SQL injection is an example of an injection attack where an attacker injects SQL code into an API request to gain unauthorized access to a database. Insider threats. Individuals working within an organization who can pose a threat because of their access to internal networks. These threats are often from disgruntled employees. Social engineering. A critical threat to security and privacy, where attackers pursued people to provide personal information willingly. Supply chain attacks can disrupt critical services such as communication disruptions and power outages. These attacks can have far reaching consequences such as affecting public safety and national security. Last is cloud security. A business a business As businesses move to cloud resources, environments become more complex, especially in hybrid and multi-cloud environments. So this was all about transportation and communication.